Hello, hello, and welcome to our team call tonight. Me and Shelby are leading, and we are talking all about Instagram. We have been getting a lot of questions just about like content, what to use, and we really want to answer all of your questions. So if at any point we're talking about something or something is triggered in your mind, please ask. The chat box is at the very bottom, and it's just the chat. You can chat, and one of us will be in there either responding, or if we're talking, we will say it when we're talking about it. But tonight, it is Sunday, March 18th, and I'm just going to get started with just a few announcements before we kick things off. So I'm just going to share my screen, and can you guys all see it? Good? Yes? Okay. So tonight, all about Instagram. First, a few announcements. So the new coach sample packs I don't know, I thought I edited this, but anyways, I thought I took it out because it's past March 1st. But Daily Sunshine's on sale for $30 that's off for all customers. So something that I've been getting a lot of with moms is saying that Daily Sunshine's the same price as Shakeology. So like, what's the difference? Why would you spend the same price? And so I think it's really great to talk to moms about the benefits for kids and the differences, and letting them know that it's $30 off this month. Also, the summit ticket is on a special for $155 this month. The beach bars are coming on April 6th. So you will be able to start, the April 7th is Super Saturday. So if you attend a Super Saturday, there is a chance that corporate has sent beach bars to some Super Saturdays. So I would just check and see. They'll probably be announcing that. And then also earn an invite to the Success Club party if you hit Success Club this month and next month, and I believe it is a total of 20 Success Club points between both months. And then this month's March Success Club is Personal Development Webcast with New York Times bestselling author John Acuff. And I've actually never heard of this book, so I'm really excited, and that's something I'm really thankful for with Beachbody, is I feel like they introduce us to really awesome authors and business mentors and other people that I've not necessarily heard of. So it's really cool that they're always offering and trying to help and provide us by rewarding us with things to just help us continue to learn and to grow our business. Just a few upcoming important dates for specifically our team. So Clean Week group starts on Monday, tomorrow. So what we did is we kept the same Clean Week from last month and have just been updating that group. We didn't make a new group. So if you're not in that group, just let me know and I will get you a part of it. The What Is Coaching event is happening on the 26th. It's just going to be a 3-day group, kind of what we did last month. And then also the new coach call is on the 31st of March. So that's what we do every single month for the new coaches of the previous month. It's about an hour long, and we just kind of talk about the basics before the new coach academy starts that following Monday. And then our next self-love club phase starts on April 2nd. And then, so in April, I'm going to Mexico. So groups are going to look a little bit different for me personally. On the 9th, I have just kind of been planning this out of doing a free 5-minute journal accountability group. Anyone's welcome to do it with me. Add their people, whatever you want. But I've just needed accountability with 5-minute journal. And I know a lot of people that I've been talking to that have received the 5-minute journal need accountability as well. So because I normally do my free group on the 3rd week of every single month, I'm going to be in Mexico that week. So I'm doing it the week before, and then not having another group start until the next phase of the Self-Love Club, but I'm going to be doing a webinar instead of a group at the very end of April. So I'll give you guys more details about that when that's happening, but it'll be right after Mexico, so I felt like it was kind of a good way to talk about the trip that I earned for the 4th time through my company, and just, talking about coaching and all that, so you guys will be able to invite people that are interested in the business to that as well. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a few heads up. I'll also add these dates to the team page, so don't feel like you need to like hurry and write and all these things down, or you can screenshot this, whatever works, but just know I will be sharing these dates with you as well. And then also I just want to make sure to mention the National Wake Up Call every single Monday. It is always recorded. There is a podcast. It is live on the Team Beachbody 411, the Coach 411. That's how I've been watching the replays. I've actually been enjoying watching the live and like seeing the coach as they're talking. And it's something I still do. And I just want to say, to not play the comparison game. I've been talking to a few, when we were at the retreat, I was at the leadership retreat at Lauren's house, we were talking about this. We were talking about how sometimes you can get into this comparison game. And I will say, with being in this business for almost 5 years, my 5-year anniversary is in June, just really taking tips and things and learning, even if it doesn't apply to you, maybe one of your coaches is struggling with something that one of these coaches is talking about that you could help them with and say, hey, this National Wake Up Call I think would really help because it's talking a lot about something that you're struggling with. So maybe like, I don't ever want you to feel like, oh, I've been a coach for this long, I don't need these calls, or I don't want to listen to them because I don't want to compare myself, which I totally understand. And I don't think you need to listen to every single call and be like, I have to do everything that they're doing, right? Because then like, you're like going all over the place. So I just wanted to say, take what you need to from it and also apply it to your business and to help your coaches and your team work through things that they're going to need help with. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, okay. And like I said, the March Success Club. And then I just wanted to shout out the leaders and the leadership ladder and the Success Club for February. I didn't have this recap last team call when I made these for Gabby, and same with this. And also I know that it is Shelby's first month as well on here and a few others. So congrats to you guys. So awesome for all of your hard work when helping other people and paying it forward. And then March, so far, this is the Success Club update. And yeah, look at, like, we've changed so many lives so far. This is so kick-ass. And then the weekly top coaches, so awesome. You guys are awesome. Felicia, and I think Felicia is on her very first team call as well. So yay! Okay, I am going to stop my screen share. But hold on, okay, it's at the top. Okay, so I don't know if you want me to start, Shelby, and then you can go, or do you want to just go back and forth? Okay, did you get the thing that I shared with you? Were you able to open it? If not, it's fine. I just wrote out a few things, and we can just, okay. Okay, so I have just been getting, and I feel like a lot of people have been asking about Instagram. And I just want to say Instagram's always evolving. And like, it's completely different from when I've first started 5 years ago. And I actually started my Instagram because I thought that it was taking up too much space on my phone. But it wasn't. It was really just my phone. So I started my Instagram at 0 when I started coaching. So in the last 5 years, I have grown my account to almost 8,000, or I'm at 8,000 right now. I'm just a little over 8,000. And so I want you guys to understand, like, again, don't play the comparison game, because I could be like, oh my gosh, like someone started their account, you know, a year ago and they have way more than me. But I think what Shelby and I want to talk about is the quality over quantity and the engagement and things to help you really meet and create genuine and awesome relationships on Instagram. Because I think that's where, I think you would agree, right, Shelby? Where that is most important. So really, I want us to start with what your mission is. And the book that me and Shelby are going to be giving away tonight is a book that I stumbled upon and completely changed and rocked both of our worlds. And she really was talking about your mission for your Instagram. And I was actually struggling with my Instagram, and people from the outside would probably be like, but why? Like, you know, your Instagram is great. Well, we all have that inner like fight, right, with ourselves. And I just didn't feel like what I was wanting, I was getting across. And this book really helped me realize that it's because I didn't have a true mission or vision for my Instagram. I had a mission and vision for my life. I had a mission and vision for my team, but I didn't have a mission and vision for my Instagram. And that, like, to me, was like a game changer. It was like, okay, so like whenever I didn't feel like I knew what I wanted to post about, I was like, well, what's my mission and vision for my Instagram? And that has helped so much. I know people talk about, your niche and finding those 5 things that, outside of health and fitness to post about, which are all great tools. But I also think having that vision as well helps when it comes to writing those posts. So first, start with creating a mission and a vision for your Instagram. Like, what do you want to help others with when it comes to your posts? What engagement do you want to have with your followers? Like, these are people that maybe you don't or won't always meet, but you want to form a relationship with. So again, it has to do with things that relate with you, right? And then hashtags. And I think, Shelby, are you going to talk a little bit about this? Or
Emma, I'm covering how to find people, how to get more engagement, and understand the algorithm. So
okay.
You got the 3, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so, and I mean, like, and if you want, like, you can always add things too, like when we're going it, but yeah. Okay, so hashtags, we've talked about using like 30, and while I think you can do what, like, again, take what you want from this and do what you want, but for me, I use like a certain, like 15 in the comments, but I will do a few in my actual caption. So I have, like, I'll do like Dreamer Society, Self-Love Club. I do like a few consistently because people will start to ask you what that is. So this is where you want to be doing the curiosity marketing in different ways. So just like when we're doing Instagram stories. So, I mean, and again, Instagram story, if you need also a few calls, national wake-up calls, there's a few national wake-up calls from the last few Mondays that are great on Instagram, because I feel like there are so many things that I could talk about on Instagram right now. But I would say that one post on your Instagram a day is fine, but at least 10 stories, like 10 slides on your stories. And you will maybe hear in some other trainings or videos from a year ago, 3 posts a day, for that. But if you're having really engaging one post a day when you're like asking a question or things like that, people really want to see your life. Like, they want to see what you're doing. They want to like see you be funny and just be you. Like, it doesn't have to just even be about Beachbody. Just 10 slides about your life. So with the hashtags, you can do hashtags on the stories. It will also bring up and put it in certain hashtag stories, using location on your Instagram stories. If you're wanting to meet local people or people around you, it really helps. It'll put your story in Seattle, Bellevue, whatever. Oh, sorry, were you going to say something?
No, can I add something to the hashtag?
Yeah.
Just before we forget, Instagram has come out with a new feature where you can follow hashtags now. Were you going to go over that? Okay, so that's a really important feature, and it's kind of a game changer. It just got implemented in 2018. At the very end of 2017, they started doing it. You can now, once you find a hashtag you like one of my personal favorites is Bohemian Decor, you can follow that hashtag, and they will automatically, it's always like your third scroll down, you're going to see all the things that come up with that hashtag or the top featured picture. So generating your own hashtag that's unique to you is important, because people can follow that hashtag. So Dreamer Society is super important because people who follow Emma's journey know she's going to be using Dreamer Society. I have a blog, so I always do Shelby Say What. So when people follow that hashtag, they're always going to see my post. So it's a really big game changer, and developing a unique hashtag to your own personal brand is really going to evolve your business. That's what I had to say.
Yes, perfect. No, yeah, and I have mine, Emma Chesmore, too, so people can follow it. And yeah, so that's, yes. So follow hashtags, and there's like so many things on Instagram. I think it is just, it's our storefront. Like, it is so important that you guys know these tips and these tools, and we will also do our best to share as much as we learn with you guys as Instagram evolves. But if you guys ever hear anything, learn anything, please feel free to share in the team page, because sharing is caring, and like that's what we're here to do. Okay, so I would also wanting to cover Pinterest ideas. So I know Shelby is someone that was talking to me about this before, but going on and like looking up like March ideas, and also Rebecca on the team is doing a March one right now, and she's posting every day on her Instagram story and circling the day and saying what she did for that day. So it's just a great way to kind of have like, engaging questions and starting and being like, hey, like we should all do this together. I think she actually posted it in the self-love club as well. But it's also like you could use that for a post. So say you don't know what to post for a month. It's a great idea, and are great ways to like get ideas on things to post and content to post. And I know Shelby's going to talk more about that. But again, like when it comes to basics on Instagram, making sure you also have good quality pictures. And I want to share a few tips. Getting in front of a window. So if you don't have, say, good lighting in your house, just find a really good window to get in front of and put your phone and use it for the light. I go outside on my front deck and I will use 6 books. I will use a shampoo, or sorry, not shampoo, but like a soap bottle, and use that to prop my phone and take a picture. Like, you just have to kind of do what you got to do, and like don't overcomplicate it. I'm a huge believer in good lighting, and so if I can do anything to get good lighting, I will do it. A few other apps that I was turned on to by this book is Snapseed and Facetune. Now you're gonna have to spend some time and play around with this. I will say it was not the easiest for me to to learn right away, but there's YouTube, there's things that you can watch to learn, and really just doing it, you learn. I've had to really just play around with it and spend some time. Like if you're in bed, just like edit random pictures just for fun. That's another thing, is just have like editing pictures so that you have it in your back pocket, so that you can just post it the next day. That's another thing, is people do not know that you're not doing it right then. So don't feel like you always have to post that picture like right then and there. Like you can post it in a few days. It's okay. Like people aren't going to know that you didn't just go on that hike unless you said it. And that I don't know, like that was something that I think I was afraid of at first for a little bit. And then I was like, why? So if you follow like any of the bloggers and stuff, they don't post their content right away. They wait days. They actually have photographers that take like all of their pictures. So they're, it's a little bit more different than us, but yeah. Oh, okay. You got it. And yeah, I like really just writing out posts when you feel like you need to, when like they're coming to you, using your record. So if you're ever feeling like inspired, and sometimes I get inspired in the shower and then I'm like, well, that's great. Just, use your record and just start recording and just talking to your phone. And that way you have posts. So, yeah, that's really all I had. So I'm just going to hand it over to you, Shelby, and then we can go from there. And then you guys can ask any questions that you have while we're talking. So.
Thank you, Emma. Can you guys hear me good? It's working? Okay, good. First, happy Sunday. I'm really excited to hop on this team call just because I really like Instagram a lot and I feel very passionate about it. And Emma and I talk about it on a daily basis. And I think that's something in your business you need to get excited about. But if you're going to take like anything away from tonight, it needs to be to have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, this is a social media app. Like it's a social platform. Like you're meant to have fun on this. And if you're not having fun, then you're overcomplicating it and you need to take a step back and you need to remember how to have fun with it again, because that's the whole point of this app, and people can read that from you. Like if you're not having fun, if you're not engaging, it's not going to benefit you or your business. So that would be my one takeaway if you're going to take away anything tonight. But there's a lot I could talk about Instagram, but there's 3 main points I really want to cover. And one of them in the very beginning is, you know how Emma was like, I have 8,000. You see all these girls with like lots of followers and you're like, how did they get there? Well, you can get there organically. But in the beginning, it's like kind of like, where do I find the people? And I've kind of found a rhythm that worked for me, especially starting in the beginning. So I started coaching 9 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And I started at 300 followers and I'm at 1,200 now. And that's all through organic process, like not buying anyone, but naturally going through and kind of figuring out who my sort of person was. So in the beginning, you can let it be organic. So like when you are going out and you're going to a bar or you're going to a new event, don't get the person's number, ask for their Instagram. I literally used to do this while I was going on Tinder dates. I'm not joking. I would ask for the guy's Instagram over his number because one, you can get the Instagram, and if you need their number, you can DM them. So seriously, like make this a social experience. If you're meeting a new person, add them on Instagram. It's like plain and simple. From there, when you're uploading, if you are uploading every single day, you're gonna notice you have repeat likers. Find your top 5 repeat likers or your top 10. They like what you're posting and they like you, so guaranteed they're going to have friends that like what you post too. So from there, it's okay to go through your friends feed. Just maybe find those people, like don't go through and like start following everyone because then you're going to annoy your friends, right? But find people that maybe through their feed you're like, I think I could get along with that person. Like, oh, they own cats, I own cats. And then also look at the mutual friends you guys have in common. If you only have one, that could be kind of weird. Like that could be a distant relative. You don't know who that is. But if they have 20 mutual friends, like guaranteed you probably have like crossed paths at some point. So it's worth the ad, and then maybe they'll follow you back. I, every week, try and follow anywhere from, it's a crazy number, but anywhere from 100 to 300 people. And then at the end of the week, I need to talk about that app, don't I, Emma? Cleaner app?
Okay. Cleaner app. Yeah, it was from the National Wake Up Call. That's why National Wake Up Calls are important.
Because I learned this. So, and that's so true because I wasn't doing this before and now I started doing it. Well, I was more proactive. So I follow anywhere from 100 to 300 people a week. And then from those people who don't follow me back, I unfollow again. So anyone who follows me and wants to share in my journey is someone I could eventually grow with, communicate with. So I want to follow along in their journey too. And you'll find your ratios are different. So like for every 30 people I follow, I get anywhere from 3 to 10 people who follow me back. But at the end of the day, that's worth it because you're growing your business. So those are just a few tips on how to find some people. So really take the time, post every day, because if you are posting or post enough to recognize who your audience it is and who's liking your stuff, because you'll find your followers through them. How do I get more engagement? So Instagram is a funny app. So essentially you have to think of Instagram, it is a game. It's in the app store and there's things called algorithms and they want you doing certain things in order for like your photos to be featured before anyone else's. And a huge part of that is engagement. So engagement is like in that comment section and it's kind of like, how do I generate a post that's going to make people comment and want to engage with me, whether they personally message me, they comment, I love that. What is going to be the photo that's going to get them to get to that point? So, and this was in the National Wake Up Call this week. So if you haven't seen, I think it's Amy Rada, she talked about it, but trigger words are super important. And you can just look up a YouTube video on trigger words. But basically starting out your post, you have to evoke emotion and you have to evoke a sense of urgency. That's how as like people, we respond to things. So something as simple as like, using all caps, first of all, like try and throw that in there somewhere, because that's been really effective for me, because that really shows people you're passionate about it. But like this week, I posted a photo that's like, I don't binge eat anymore. Hook, line, and sinker. Like, people want to read what I'm going to talk about because that is such a pressing topic, but then it was also a trigger word. You saw I don't, it's a negative, so people follow because of that and then binge. So looking up trigger words and how to kind of start your posts, it's all about the hook. So be really mindful of that when you're starting your posts. And then when people do comment, please comment back. I think the biggest mistake people make, and I even see big bloggers doing this, is they don't comment back. Those people are commenting because they want to hear from you and they like you. So you need to give them a well thought out reply, not just thanks. Like, no, they deserve a little bit more than that. So be sure to comment back. That's super important. Okay, so and then my last point I wanted to cover is understanding the algorithm. So, and I kind of already briefly talked about this, but if you don't know what the algorithm is, Instagram kind of has evolved over the years, and when you post a photo, you're not naturally going to be number one where people see you anymore. They've made it to where it's a competitive app. A lot of businesses are on here. A lot of bloggers are on here. So you have to work with the algorithm, and basically all that means is anytime there's an update with Instagram, engage, use it, because the more you're using the tools that the app offers, the more you're saying, hey, Instagram, I like what you're putting out there. I respect your business. Please respect mine. It's as simple as that. So if Instagram comes out with a new feature that's stories, start uploading stories. If they start introducing something that's highlights that you have on your personal page, start doing highlights. The second you see something new and there's an update, do it, because Instagram will recognize that you're doing that for them and they'll work with you. That's the best way I can put it. Some like YouTuber put it that way and I was like mind blown. I was like this makes sense to me now. So a lot of the tools you guys should be keeping on your radar are stories. So like Emma said, it's not all about, like, even when I first started, like, which was almost a year ago, the big thing was, 3 times a day, post 3 times a day. Well, now you have the opportunity to use stories. So 10 stories a day at minimum. Whether it's your dog or you talking or making breakfast, it doesn't really matter what it is. Wait, I love using my locations. I always put my locations on my pictures. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the comment section. I get a little distracted, sorry. So highlights are super important. So highlights now, and this is really vital to our businesses too, right? So highlights are where they're on your personal page, and you can go in and you can add from your story and they'll stay there forever. So if someone wants to know what your online gym is, you have a little button that shows them what the online gym is. I think that's kind of all I wanted to cover. There's literally so much I could cover, and I'm so passionate about it. But these are my 3 I wanted to share tonight that I hope are helpful. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, that was so helpful. And I saw so many people taking notes, which I love. No, yeah, when I was talking, I was just literally writing as you were talking. So, like, I didn't want you to get distracted. But to make the highlights, you would need to make sure you have the update. And then you should be able to just start adding to the highlights. It's actually on your story, so you have to upload it to your story, and then you'll be able to create the highlight and do that. But what I was saying is I also add locations onto my, like, every single picture that I post, because a lot of people have actually said they've found me through the Discover page, and that's another thing is just using that, I think, will help pop up on the Discover page for other people that are local. And I don't realize how many people actually sit on Instagram and look at the Discover page. And then also make sure you have your Instagram as a business page so that you can see these algorithms and the insights and the things that we were talking about. Because you can also go in and see, like, when the perfect time is. So, like, for me, like, I really just want to post either in the morning at like 7, 8, 9, or at night at like 6 or 7. You really just can see kind of like when the best time is for the people that you are talking to. And then also I'll send, like, people to my stories on my posts. Like, if I'm creating, like, if I post on Instagram, I'll be like, if you didn't see it on my stories today, if it happened like that, and not saying I always do that, but I will do that. Oh yeah, I used to. Yeah, and I guess when it comes to like hashtags, look up like videos on how to create, and yeah, I just don't like. I would just use different ones aside from like health and fitness. What?
I
Yeah.
have a recommendation when it comes to hashtag, guys, and it's really simple. You go on Instagram, type in the hashtag that you're used to using. So, for example, Pacific Northwest, I think is great, Jeannie, but I think you could really elaborate from that and really tailor it in. You don't want to use too big of hashtags because now you're competing with 8 million people. Let's narrow it down and like broaden the scope. So, if you look up Pacific Northwest and then you go to tags, you now are going to see all the hashtags that start with Pacific Northwest. You can't see my phone, but
no, Shelby, I'm using that for my location, not my hashtags.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you should really like dial in on the hashtag Pacific Northwest, but I like to be.
I use that too, but I'm curious about the location. Should I be more like to Bellevue or like?
I personally use Seattle.
Okay.
I just
like that makes sense though. Okay, all right, cool.
I know Emma uses Bellevue, so it's totally a personal preference. I just live in Covington, and I know that's way too small, and I'm not going to hit as many people as I need to. Yeah. Okay.
Could I offer
else, Emma?
with the location tag?
Sorry, what?
Oh, you're just gonna say, could I offer a piece of advice too, like with the location tag?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So, Jeannie, so like I live in Anaheim now, but like I was a Pacific Northwest girl too. But what I would suggest, like if that is like your niche, what I use for like my main post is I'll use like Anaheim, but sometimes in my story I'll tag LA or I'll tag San Diego. So tag Portland, tag Seattle, tag Spokane, tag anything in Idaho. So then you're still hitting like the location, but you're most like basically the people that are closest to you locally will see it most often, but then you can still kind of drop your snippets here and there in the still Pacific Northwest like category. So yeah, that's all.
No, that was great. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if you ever have a tip or anything like that, please feel free to share in the team page because, yeah, okay, that's what you do, Gabby, too. Yeah, different locations. Yeah, I switch up my locations too. Sometimes I'll do like the islands around here too, just for fun. And remember too, like people do not always see your posts, so don't feel like you're being repetitive on your stories when you're talking about your challenge groups and things like that. And like I can do a whole other call or a thing about like using your stories for challenge groups and stuff. But yeah, definitely use locations in your stories. So if that's it, does anyone else have any other questions? I'll stop the recording but I wanted to ask just in case.
Can we do a boomerang?
Yeah. No, yeah. I would just want to stop the recording really quick. So stay on and stay on too, because I'm going to do I'm going to do the giveaway. And so stay on for that as well. I will tell you when to input a number, but hold on. Thank you for being on all live and for watching the recording if you're watching the recording, and I will have this up shortly.